While standing in front of Mount Rushmore has inspired me to song. Hi-ho, do you know the names of the U.S. residents who then became the presidents and got a view from the White House view of Pennsylvania Avenue? George Washington was the first, you see. He once chopped down a cherry tree. President number 2 would be John Adams, and then number 3, Tom Jefferson stayed up to write the Constitution late at night. Then he and his wife had a great big fight, and she made him sleep on the couch all night. James Madison never had a son, but he fought the War of 1812. James Monroe's colossal nose was bigger than Pinocchio's. John Quincy Adams was number 6, and it's Andrew Jackson, but he kicks, so Jackson learns to play politics. Next time he's the one that the country picks. Martin Van Buren for number 8 with her one-term shot at chief of state. William Harrison, how do you praise? That guy was dead in 30 days. John Tyler, he liked country folk, and next in line came James K. Polk. Zachary Taylor liked to smoke. His friends would choke whenever he spoke. It's 1850, really nifty. Millard Fillmore's in. Young and fierce was Franklin Pierce, the man without a chin. After that, a period span in 4 long years with James Buchanan, till the South starts shooting cannons, and we got a civil war. A war down south in Dixie. Up to bat comes old Abe Lincoln. Here's a guy who's really thinking. Kept the United States from shrinking, saved the ship of state from sinking. Andrew Johnson's next. He had some slight defects. Congress each would impeach, and so the country now elects Ulysses Simpson Grant, who would scream and rave and rant while drinking whiskey, although risky cause he'd spill it on his pants. It's 1877 and the Democrats would float, but they're all amazed when Rutherford Hayes wins by just 1 vote. James Garfield someone really hated cause he was assassinated. Chester Arthur was instated. 4 years later he was traded. Grover Cleveland really bad, elected twice as a Democrat. Then Benjamin Harrison after that is William McKinley up to bat. Teddy Roosevelt, George of San Juan Hill, and President Captain got the bill in 1913. Woodrow Wilson takes us into World War I. Warren Harding does his time as Calvin Coolidge next in line, and then in 1929 the market crashes and we find it's Herbert Hoover's big debut. He gets the blame and loses to Franklin Roosevelt, president who helped us win in World War II. Harry Truman, weird little human serfs who turns, and when he's done it's Eisenhower who's got the power from 53 to 61. John F. Kennedy got shot, then Lyndon Johnson took his spot, and Richard Nixon, he got caught, and Gerald Ford fell down a lot. Jimmy Carter led campaign trips, and Ronald Reagan's speeches scripts all came from famous movie clips, and President Bush said, read my lips. Then in Washington, D.C. was the Democrats and the GOP, but the one in charge was plain to see, a Clinton first named Hillary. W gave us recount drama, and he left us housing trauma. Finally, raised by his mama, is President Barack Obama.
Yay!